Hi everyone, all are fine, right? I am fine too. In this session, I will teach you about Oracle constraints. This is completely free tutorial. You can learn many things in this tutorial about Oracle and also about Oracle constraints. So this session is for the candidates who are interested to learn Oracle technology or who are seeking job in software companies as a Oracle developer or SQL developer, or the professionals who already working in an organization and work in another technology but want to grow new skills for getting better position, or any person who are interested to learn Oracle. Also, the professionals who are already working in Oracle technology but may forgot and want to make them with a refreshment, they will be beneficial by this course. Let me introduce myself. My name is Robin and I am started my professional career as a Oracle developer, and I have total of 16 plus years of experience working in many IT organizations with Oracle technologies like Oracle SQL, Oracle PLSQL, Oracle Forms and Reports, Developer 2000, and also Unix shell scripting. I have worked in many MNC companies during my professional career. I am providing training and Oracle on Oracle SQL, Oracle PLSQL, Oracle Forms and Reports, and Developer 2000, and client server application development, and on Unix shell scripting during last 9 years. So this will be a very good session, and if you attending this session, give full attention to this session and view full session so that you can be beneficial by this session. Now coming to the uh, today's session, where I will discuss about Oracle constraints. So we will cover the we'll cover the full topics in today's session. Full constraints, what are the available constraints in Oracle. So we'll cover all the constraints in this topic in today's session. So now I'll discuss the following topics. Just I'm writing here. Number one, what are Oracle constraints? Number two, what is the importance of Oracle constraints? Number three, what are different types of Oracle constraints? And finally, number four, how we can use these constraints in our software or business application. So these all will be covered in this session. So you will learn in each topic in detail. So view the whole course and you will learn something interesting and something more in detail. Okay. So who are completely new to Oracle, for them I am discussing some basic thing here. First of all, what is Oracle? Oracle is a multi-user multitasking database invented by Oracle Corporation. So Oracle is a multi-user and multitasking database which is invented by Oracle Corporation. So Oracle Corporation is a company, that is a big company, and this Oracle Corporation invented Oracle database. Now Oracle is called RDBMS. Why Oracle is called RDBMS? So what is RDBMS? Before that, I want to I want to share with you. I want to discuss about what is DBMS. First, we have to know what is DBMS, right? Then we will know what is RDBMS. So DBMS stands for Database Management System. Database Management System. So what is a database management system? Database management system is a collection of organized data. So a database is a collection of organized data, or you can say information, right? Now what is RDBMS? R stands for relational. So what is relational database management system? Now Oracle is called relational database management system because it stores data in multiple tables having relationship between them. So Oracle is called relational database management because it stores data in multiple tables having relationship within the tables. I think you are clear. Now I am coming to the main topic. What is constraints? Or more specifically, Oracle constraints. First of all, let me explain Oracle constraints. When an organization develops a software application in order to maintain some businesses, the business managers determines a set of rules or a set of conditions for that application which will be applied before storing any data through this application in the database. So whenever a database application has been created, so any data cannot be inserted or stored in the database because that is made for a business, and each business has a business logic. Also each business has some data validation, and data must be valid to store in the database. So what is the data constraints? Now the data constraints are the set of rules. The data constraints are the set of rules which must be applied on users data before inserting or storing into the database. So the data constraints are the set of rules, or we can say the set of conditions which must be applied before it is being stored in the database. So who actually is the application? Users, right? Users means clients. So a business let's say a business application is developed, so it who will use that? A user or client will use that, who maybe mostly not maybe do not know any business logic, or do not know whatever the going into the back end side, right? So in that application a user cannot put any value, cannot put a random value in any field or any random value in any column, right? So before inserting data, the validation checks must be there in the application. So data constraints actually do the validation before data is going to insert into the database. I think data constraint is clear, right? Okay. So the data must be satisfy some conditions in order to store in the database. This set of rules are called data constraints or Oracle constraints. Now coming to the next topic. So Oracle constraint is clear, I think, and now I will come to next topic. What is importance of Oracle constraints? It is actually already discussed when we discuss about the what is Oracle constraints. So data constraints ensures data integrity. That means the users enter data to the application, right? The data constraint come into action then. When a user enters data in the application, then Oracle constraints come into the action, and it checks the validity of that data. Okay, once this data is valid, then it will go to insert, or it will store into the database. So once the data is valid, it will store into the database, otherwise it will not insert or store into the database. So data validation checks must be there in business application, and that checks is performed by Oracle constraints. So I think it is clear how what is the importance of Oracle constraints, right? Now come to the number 3. What are different types of Oracle constraints? Now there are majorly 6 types of Oracle constraints. So number 1, I am writing here A B C D like that. Not null. Second, primary key. Number third, foreign key. Number four, unique. Number five, check. Number six, five, 20. Okay, and last one is default. So these 6 types of constraints are there in Oracle, which are applied in business applications, generally applied in business applications. So we'll discuss one by one right now. So number one is not null. So what is not null? Not null means Oracle stores data in table format, right? So table, what is a table? A table is a collection of rows and columns. A table has different rows, many rows, and with many columns. So each column are called field. Okay. So we have whenever we are entering data in a table, so we have to provide the values for each field, right, or each column. So if we define a column as a not null, so we must have to enter value against that column. So not null means that column should not be null, or it cannot left blank values for that column. So the column value must be inserted. So it is clear, right? Number two, primary key. What is primary key? It is very important, and in most Oracle interviews this question is being asked, and if you have a detailed idea about and a correct idea about primary key, you will must answer that question. So what is primary key? A primary key is a column or a group of columns in a table which uniquely identify a record. I am repeating again. A primary key is a column or a group of columns in a table which uniquely identify a record. Okay. So a primary key may be based on one column, or a primary key may be based on multiple columns. So it is uniquely identify a record. Like for example, let's say a customer table. So a customer table has I am showing here the table structure also. So let's say this customer table has a column like customer ID, customer name, age, address. So customer must be identified by a customer ID, unique customer ID, right? So here unique customer ID is like 40001, 4002, 4003, 4004, and customer name like John, Meg, Lisa, and age there is respective age is mentioned, and address are mentioned here.
So this is a dummy table I just use for understanding it, primary key and foreign key. So customer table has this data. So what is a primary key? The primary key in this table is the customer ID, because customer ID uniquely identifies each record. So 4001 for this record only, 4002 is for this record only, and 4034 for this one, and 4004 is number 4 row. So uniquely identifies each record by the primary key. So here customer ID will be the primary key, because customer ID uniquely identifies each record. Now, uh, okay, so primary key is clear, I think, right? Now I'll come to foreign key. So what is a foreign key? Foreign key actually makes the relationship between tables. And what are the table types? Table types are master table and parent. Master table, it is called master table or parent table, and the detail table or child table. So foreign key makes the relationship in between master table and master or parent table and detail or child table. So we can say it master table and the detail table and parent table and child table. So foreign key makes relationship in between them. How it makes relationship in between them, I'm just showing you now. See, here there is another table, order table. So customer, let's say customer has ordered something. So many customers had can be ordered for many items. So here order table is there for customer order. So here order ID, the columns are order ID items, which item customer has been ordered, quantity, how many quantity it is being ordered, delivery date, what is the delivery date, and the customer ID. So if I not included this customer ID here in the order table, I will not understand which customer is order which item, which customer has ordered which item, right? If there is no customer ID in the order table, we did not know which customer had ordered which item or how many quantities has been ordered. So I must include customer ID in the table. So this is called a foreign key in order table. So if foreign key is this order customer ID is making the relationship between the customer table and the order table, because the customer here 4001, what he has ordered a computer, and how many quantity, 2. So he need 2 computers. Customer 1, again customer 401 has ordered a laptop. How many laptops? 1 laptop he has ordered. So the same customer has ordered 2 types of items and different quantities. And customer number 4003, he or she has ordered a washing machine and 1 washing machine. And customer 2 4002, that is Nick, he has ordered a television and one quantity is 1. So this customer ID is making the relationship between customer table and order table, and by this customer ID only we understand that which customer has ordered which item and how many items, right? So this customer ID is called foreign key in order table, and this customer ID is called primary key in customer table. So now, what is foreign key? I am writing here: a foreign key is a column or a whose values are derived from parent table, no, master table. And master table which has the primary key. Okay, Here I have shown you primary key in which table? Customer table. It is the master table, and foreign key table is order table. It is the detail table, customer detail table. Okay, means customer order detail. If foreign key is a column or a group of columns whose values are derived from master table, we already seen that, because here we have already shown that shown you this customer ID values are derived from customer table customer ID values, because no customer ID is being should exist here where this customer ID is not exist in customer table, right? The customer only the customer ID which are present in the customer table, only those customer make the order, right? So any other customer should not be there in the order table, which customer is not present in customer table. So only the foreign key column values will be derived from the primary master tables primary key column value, right? So it is making a relationship between customer table and order table. I think primary key and foreign key is clear, and how they make the relationship between master table and the detail table is clear, right? Okay. So we understand not null, we understand already for primary key, I understand already foreign key. Now we will come to unique key. What is unique key? Now unique key is a column or a group of column whose values are unique. Unique means different. So unique key column can contain different values for each record. Okay, unique key ensures that each value is unique in a column. Okay. Now what is the difference between primary key and foreign key? So primary key is two conditions must be in the primary key. Primary key should be unique and primary key should be not null. So I have mentioned here the primary key must be unique and not null. So it is easily understood that what is the difference between primary key and foreign key. So primary key values must be unique, must be different for each record, for each column value must be different, and it should be not null. You cannot left it null when you are going to insert the value. So my primary key must be unique and not null, but the unique key can be can hold a null value also, because null also a unique value, right? So a unique key must be unique values in the column inserted in the column. So in the unique key can contain null value also. So the difference is very clear, right? It is very frequently asked in interviews, what is the difference between primary key and foreign key. So it is clearly I am describing here that the primary key is a column or a group of columns which uniquely identify a record, and the primary key values must be unique and not null. And what is the unique key? A unique key ensures that each value in the column must be unique, and a unique key can contain a null value also. So these are the difference between primary key and unique key. It is very much clear, right? Okay, fine. Now I'll come to check check constraints. So what is check constraints? Check constraints, when we define a check constraints, it must satisfy the condition. Check constraints actually we define by condition, and when a value is inserted in that column, the value must satisfy that condition. So check conditions. So check condition constraint, or check constraint must ensure the value satisfies the specified condition. Now number 6 is default. So default is also a constraint, and it can be defined as we can define a value for a column when we are going to create a table. So when we are going to create a table, we must specify each column and their data type and the other conditions and constraints. Like if we create a table customer, so let's go to the customer table. Here customer table has already customer name, age and address. So these four columns are there and their respective values are there. So default values means, let's say I am adding one more column here to understand it better. I have added a column salary. So these are the salaries of the different customers. Now the default is applicable in which condition? Default is applicable in that condition if we insert a record, another record like 4005, and we are going to insert name, age, address, but we are just not giving any value for salary, and we are defining the default is $20. So if I mention the default $20 with the column specification whenever we are creating the table, it will automatically insert the default value, that is 20 if I missed that value whenever we are inserting the record in the customer table. So default is like it will automatically take the default value if you left that column for inserting value in the table. Okay, you understand it, right? Okay, so So when we do not insert a value for a column, you'll insert value, default value in that column. Okay, so all the constraints are described with example, and I think very easy way, so that you can remember all these things. And this is very important to clear understanding of all these constraints, because every interviewer on Oracle, if you go to interview for a Oracle developer position or a SQL developer position or any other technology, Oracle technology related position, you must face or may face a question regarding the constraint. And you are very much clear, you should very much clear about each constraint and why these constraints are necessary, what is constraints, what this constraint is necessary, and what are the importance of the constraints, what type of constraints in Oracle and how many types, and each Oracle constraints, understanding of each Oracle constraints, what they differ from each other. These all are very clear to you, right? Now this is that's all from my side in today's session. If you like this session, and if you like it is valuable for you, you make a comment, you write a comment in below section, and you can join my Oracle SQL course, or Oracle PLSQL course, or Oracle ENIA course, which you are wanted to join. You want to join? I provide training for Oracle SQL, Oracle PLSQL, and Oracle forms and reports, also Unix scripting. So you can join, and you can learn the skills in detail and with easy explanation as you attended this session and seen in this session. So that's all from my side. If you like my video, you subscribe it, so that I can upload more videos like this, and you will get be benefited by viewing this video, viewing my videos. So that's all from my side. Okay, thank you. Bye.